Been a long time, y'all. Here we go again.
Hi. Long time no see for a vlog that isn't me being extremely angry or sad about
Stay in the left 3 lanes
that have happened this year. Welcome. I really don't want to have the window rolled down, but I know it's going to make noise. I'm actually going to have to use air conditioning, believe it or not, I think.
Use the left 3 lanes to continue onto Briley Parkway.
Even though it's
Then
been
take
super...
exit 16
Shut
onto
up!
Briley Parkway.
Even though it's been super cold back at home.
Use the
Well, not
left 3
super
lanes
cold,
to take exit 16 onto Briley Parkway.
Shut up!
At 65 South.
She just keeps interrupting me. It's disrespectful. Hold on, I got a
In 1
PT
mile,
Cruiser
take
on my ass.
exit
Gosh, where do I begin? I filmed a couple videos last week trying to just explain kind of everything that's going on right now, but they always came out with me just obliterating people that
Use the right lane to take exit
one of them
16
deserves
to
it,
merge
but the
onto
other one doesn't.
I-65 South toward Nashville.
But at the same time, it was just, I think at this point, I need to shut my mouth about certain things because, so I'm on my way to get my guitar fixed because I'll insert a picture. I cracked my guitar. Now, I've had this guitar for 3 years and it got cracked very quickly after I got it, and I don't know if it came with the crack and I didn't notice it. We don't know if it happened during the first
Keep left.
work that I had done on it or if it came that way, but because it was so new at the time, Martin decided that they would do this repair under warranty. I was told to take it over to Buford. Gosh, what is that called? Southeast Guitars, right? And because it was free and not a priority, it took several months. It was like maybe 4 months to get my guitar back. And that really made me sad because I had just gotten that guitar and I really wanted to play it out and I couldn't. Got it back, and the glossy coat that they put on over the glue and everything to seal the side again and make it look flush with the front and back, it started peeling immediately, and it's been peeling ever since. I'm taking my guitar over on Sawyer Brown Road to Harbeth Guitar Repairs, I guess. I just kind of looked online and picked one that that was high rated, that had a way that I could email them because I hate calling people. He said it was going to cost $150 for the repair, and if I wanted the gloss coat sprayed on, it was another $100. And I was just thinking, wow, God, that's a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be, because I felt like it was going to be like $500-600, because literally the whole body is, like the whole top of the body is in 2 pieces. That was definitely a nail in the coffin of the bad week that I had last week. So got my lady exam, not this past Friday, but the Friday before, and found out some stuff that wasn't very pleasing. One of the things I don't want to talk about because it is just gross, and I think I've already gotten in trouble enough with the people I've told. So anyway, but the main thing is my thyroid is swollen, and I knew that this was bound to be something that would happen to me eventually because my mom has hypothyroidism, and that's how mine tested initially. Really rough blood work. That was probably one of the most painful blood works I had, and I don't know if it's because I was so anxious and I wasn't prepared for that, because I didn't think that was going to happen that day, but that hurt. I started the Synthroid. Oh wait, I meant that I went to the doctor the Wednesday before. It doesn't matter. Anyway, on Friday I started taking the Synthroid, so now I've been taking it for a week and 3 days. I just took mine right now, and I don't know what was making me feel so bad last week. If part of it was the Synthroid, or if it was also apparently I got a UTI from the exam, which is always funny and weird. It's like I never got UTIs before until I go in and I get something done. I do feel better now, and I don't think I have one anymore. So that was a lot of things that happened last week. For some reason, I'm feeling a lot better this week. I'm a lot more calm, and I don't feel as tired. But I don't know if that is because of the thyroid starting to not wear me out, like it's starting to kick in. By the beginning of last week, I was very moody, I was very angry, and I felt really, really bad, and it felt like that my anxiety pills weren't working anymore. Because I had been doing so good, like after this breakup, I cried for a couple weeks, and then the Wellbutrin kicked in, and I have just been like super calm about it. But I found out a couple things and about my ex and this lady he's been hanging out with, and you know, like I said, I can't confirm that he physically cheated on me. I can't confirm what the status of their relationship is, but I can confirm that something's fishy, and it had been even while we were together. And it hurts a lot, and especially when my body was kind of messed up and in that weird state, I really got angry, and I told her some stuff that I felt like she needed to know, and I told him some stuff, and instead of answering me, he went through her to answer me, and that just made me feel like, what a man, you know, like, what a man you are to not be able to message me yourself, you know, and answer me and tell me that you're worried about me. So I gave him a talking to. I sent him back a very vile message. No death threats, though. No threats on his life. I just said I hate him because of everything that's happened. Like, I truly just, I hate him, and I'm hoping that with time God can help me to forgive. But right now, I am still in that phase where it just makes me sick to see his face. It makes me sick to hear anything about him. And I hate it because I really did love him. But he just didn't want me, and he wanted to make sure I knew it, I guess. I don't know if he was just using me or what, but it hurts. But I feel a lot better this week than I did last week. Last week I felt like I was walking through fog and shit, so I feel a lot better. But all of that conversation came to, well, me saying too much on Facebook, as I always do. A lot of times my mom doesn't like to see me sad. She doesn't like to talk to me about things that I really need to talk about. And I realize that means I probably need a therapist. I've had one before, but it's really hard to find a good therapist. Like, you got to go around a bunch of places, and then sometimes your insurance doesn't cover the one you want. And I don't know. I've been so focused on this physical therapy that I think that's helping me a lot too, because I get to talk to her about my problems while she works on all of my muscles and issues that I've got with scar tissue. And that's where I'm going right after this. Right after I drop my guitar off, I'm going to go to my physical therapy, because a lot of times anxiety and stuff is intertwined with your body's health as well. If y'all didn't see the Blade video, you'll know that, of course, my ex said that I was harassing him, that the messages I was sending him was unwanted, and that he'd been keeping tabs on me and keeping screenshots and stuff of what I say online, even though I haven't blocked. People always have a way to get in there and see the stuff. Of course they do. And obviously he's taken the time to do that, which is lovely. And he's like, I'm going to get in touch with my lawyer, and we'll go from there, because this is harassment. And he said, you know, the contact is unwanted, harassment is unwanted contact, so I have a right to do that. And I was just like, what you did to me was unwanted too, so I have a right to be mad, I have a right to cuss you out. It hurts to think that I thought I loved him, and I thought that he really at least liked me and was starting to love me, and it turns out that he just saw me as like an object that he could use. And once he wasn't getting any narcissistic supply from me, he didn't need me anymore. And why he wasn't getting that supply is because I was going through all those health problems. I was having a lot of issues, and not only could I not be intimate with him in the ways he wanted,
Use the right lane to take
at least
exit
for right now,
199 onto Old Hickory Boulevard
and he couldn't
State
wait.
Route 251.
But also, I wasn't as energetic and stuff as I was when I first got with him, because I was really dealing with just a lot of stuff, and probably my thyroid's starting to swell and starting to mess up. So I don't know. He had to go find somebody that would
Take the exit.
play shows
Then
with
turn
him,
right
and
onto Old Hickory Boulevard.
someone that he's known for a long time, and someone that
At the light,
he can
use
get
the right
supply
lane to
from,
turn onto Old Hickory Boulevard.
because she's going to put him in the spotlight more.
And turn right onto Sawyer Brown Road.
She's the kind of person that's gonna get him gigs. They're gonna share gigs together, and like I said, I can't confirm the state of what they are, who they, I don't know. But anyway, I'm about to get to the spot where I drop off my guitar, and I'm gonna stop talking
Turn right
about
onto Sawyer Brown Road.
all
Then
of
the
that,
destination is on your left.
because it's something I needed to talk out, but something I also need to get over. It's crazy how you can get so jealous over someone that was really mean, and that you pretty much hate. But they say love and hate is pretty much the same thing. It's just, do you have that person or not, and I don't. Is it this one, or is it this one? Wait, we're going to Sawyer Brown Road.
The destination is on your left. 7449 Sawyer Brown Road.
Hold on. Let's go get this guitar dropped off before I wreck and knock down someone's mailbox. I'm running late for my physical therapy appointment now, but that's my fault. I forgot that I was gonna have to sign paperwork, make a deposit, and all that stuff. But the guy was really nice, older gentleman, very like humble, and not like one of those like, oh my god, I know everything about guitars. Very kind, humble guy, and that's what I like. I hate going to these luthiers that just sit and want to talk to you about how you know nothing and they know everything, So this was pretty cool. He was a nice guy. He explained to me how he's gonna brace the cracks so it doesn't reappear, doesn't happen again. So that's cool. He said that he puts little pieces of mahogany in there to hold it up, to brace it. So thank God. No wonder it's gonna take so long. Because when he said, oh, I'm gonna glue it, I was like, oh, he's just gonna glue it together. But no, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it in a way that hopefully will not reappear again unless I smash it with a hammer or something. So I guess I should stop leaving my guitar in my car. Although I have for 3 years, or maybe 2 years, and it hasn't done anything to it yet. But I think it was a combination of the fact that it was in my car when it was cold, and then
use the left lane to merge onto I-40 East toward Nashville.
And then I set the case down a little too hard. And even though it's a shock-proof case, and it's been great, like I've thrown that thing around like crazy, I guess it finally just gave up. It gave in, it gave up. People keep telling me, oh, you're too good for these guys that you've dated and everything. But my thought is, when someone that is an asshole, or someone that's trash, or someone that clearly isn't the type of guy, or like the standard that I set my dream guy to, I take whatever I have a connection with, and a lot of times that is with people who are artistic, who are mentally different and quirky and stuff, and a lot of times that leaves me with men that are a little bit childish, a little bit a lot selfish, and I guess what I've been thinking about is like, how is a really nice guy that takes care of his looks and his hair and dresses nice and is really nice to me and doesn't get jealous and doesn't get controlling and everything, how am I going to get that type of guy if I can't even keep trash? I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that word. That was mean. I can't keep these guys that I've been with. And the one time I found a clean guy that I fell head over heels for way too early, just told me that I was full of myself and vain and a piece of shit and broken, and I guess that's when I decided I'm not good enough for anything but the same guys I've been with. Yeah, it's just food for thought. Who am I going to be good enough for if I can't even please people that aren't even good enough for me? Real quick before I hang this up, I've been going to this pelvic floor therapist for several weeks, and how we got to this point was that, you know how I said in that one video that I was going to need another surgery. Well, turns out I went to a urologist, and she's like, no, go off all the bladder medicine, stop focusing on your bladder, and start focusing on pelvic floor therapy. And she goes, don't do one in a small town, go find you someone who specializes in it in a big city. So I said, okay, I'll find one in Nashville. So, because I don't want to go to Atlanta for this crap. So, who wants to go to Atlanta for anything? I started going to this lady up here. It's called P3. She's not only working with my pelvic floor, but my scar tissue in my abdomen and my shoulder problem. And I'm thinking a lot of the pain will start to decrease once my thyroid gets to the right levels. But I'm telling you right now, the pelvic floor therapy, it hurts, but it's not an unbearable pain, but it's a cringeworthy pain. It's just like, you know, you hurt for a few seconds and then it's done, and then you hurt for another few seconds. But I'm just hoping that in the end it'll all be worth it, and that all my muscles will start to loosen up, and eventually I can be a normal, functioning, sexual human being. It's like in my mind I already knew that this was wrong with me. I've always been weird about intimacy and just very shy with that, and very protective of it. And the one time I finally let my guard down and decide to not be that way, I realized that I can't.
Use the right lane to take exit 1 onto Murphy Road.
And that I have an issue. So here's your rambling on, so I don't ever talk about this at a gig. Letting it here. I'm gonna go though. I'm 3 minutes away, and I'm gonna have to speed in there. My physical therapy. I had a little bit of an interesting take today, so I feel like I should tell y'all. If you don't like it when I talk about personal things, then don't watch this part, okay? Just don't watch it. I was laying face down on, on the cushion or whatever, so my Zits makeup just went completely off, so y'all can see the festering nasty on my forehead right now. That's from me not properly taking care of my face this past week because I was so tired I didn't feel like doing anything. So, she had warned me about this weeks ago, that, and by the way, she's like the nicest person. She's really enthusiastic and doesn't make things awkward. She's good at her job. She'd warned me saying that if I wanted my tailbone to be worked on because of how I've broken it in the past in dance and cheerleading and all that stuff. I think about cheerleading, I get chills down my spine. It's not fun. There's some bitches, man. Anyway, off topic. She said if I wanted to get my tailbone worked on, she had to go in through my backside. She had to go in And I was not looking forward to it, but it wasn't as bad as I thought, I guess. She made sure to be very careful. And it was very interesting. She would go in and she pulled on my tailbone, my coccyx, whatever you want to call it. But she she pulled on it and stuff and tried to get some of the nerves and muscles loosened up around it. So, I mean, it needed to be done. So she did that. But oddly enough, that was nowhere near as painful as the work she did on my, what'd she say, my sacrum? My sacrum? And my hips. She did a lot of external work with the muscles that are connected to my hips and my butt bone. That hurt worse. I had a ton of tension, especially in my right sacrum. And I know that because sometimes I'll sit the wrong way, or sometimes I'll be laying in bed, or sometimes I'll even just touch the back of my hip and it hurts, like sharp pain. So she was working on that, and it was painful. It was something I really had to dig my nails in to get through. We still have a long way to go, but I keep pushing through it because I need relief from my pain, from all sorts of things, and I want to be somewhat more normal than I am at this point. So that's about that. I'm going to Panera Bread to get something.
255 and opposite way.
I get it. I think I need to get the air filter changed in my car, because every time I'm in here I start coughing, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they told me that my air filter is going out and that I need to get it fixed, but it was going to be like $100 and something. So I'll talk to Mom and her boyfriend about where we can get that done cheaper, because that's a lot for a little piece of plastic that's like that big, you know? Jeez. And I had a rotten tomato in here.
Take the exit.
Weird, right? I had a rotten tomato that fell in behind some stuff in my passenger seat. And when we cleaned that out, that was the nastiest thing I have ever seen in my life. Well, not ever seen, but one of the nastiest things. Yes, I'm gross. So I'm thinking that some of that mold and the whatever, you know, was going through the air at that time is probably in my air filter, and it's kicking up my asthma. Oh, God.
Turn left into the parking lot.
This is me trying to eat healthy.
Arrived.
I would like, you pick two. I want to do a half Greek salad, a small Greek salad, and a broccoli chicken. I'll do the Greek with chicken. It's hard to order at this Panera Bread because the planes, it's right here at the airport, the planes are just so loud. Just got my food. That's probably the quickest I've ever gotten food at Panera Bread. I just want to mention again, I can't remember if I said it or not, but probably did it again. It is a beautiful day for November here in Nashville. I just feel so much better today than I have this whole last week. Emmylou! Hi, Emmylou! Oh, I didn't mean to have the flash on. I have been so affected by this breakup, by my health, by everything. Like, I still have Pokemon cards laying out that I bought because, I mean, I was trying to get into his thing, you know? Like, I'm codependent, I guess. I've got all these games and stuff that I don't even want to touch now because they all remind me of him. And I hate it about myself. It's a fucking mess. I know it is. I'm sorry. I just have very bad attachment issues. And I associate objects and smells. And why am I taking my purse upstairs? No. Objects, tastes, smells, any of the senses I associate with memories. And I don't know what kind of mental thing I have that does that. I don't know if it's just like an attachment disorder or if I'm even slightly autistic. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. They say it's not very noticeable in most women that have it, but bringing my food up here because I like to eat.
my food in my bed, like the nasty human that I am. When I'm living alone, why not? I've always hated that about myself. There were times when I was a kid that, like, my CD player would break, my portable CD player, and there's no point in fixing it. They were cheap. They were like $25, $30, whatever. I would cry over that when I'd go, I don't want a new one, Mom. I'll be like, we're going to get you a new one. It's okay. Like, they break. It's fine. And I'm like, no, Mom, I don't want the new one. I want the one I had. And she's like, well, they don't make that one anymore. We're going to have to buy you a new one. And I didn't like that change. So sometimes I look back on it, and since the autism spectrum is getting kind of more normalized at this point, sometimes I wonder if I'm just very, 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 very slightly, just very slightly. I don't like change, but then at the same time, I like to force myself into situations where things have to change, but I don't like it. And I often take a long time to get adjusted to something when it's different. Like, even taking my guitar out there, like, I'm not going to have it for over a month probably. I feel weird playing my telly again, just because I haven't played it in so long live. I've been using it in the studio, but I haven't played it so long live, and I don't have an amp, and I get real paranoid of what it sounds like. And it's not like my acoustic guitar, like it's electric. So changing the tone knob and trying to find the right sound, I hadn't done that in forever. So it kind of irks with my brain a little bit. It makes me forget the words of my songs. It makes me forget what I'm doing because I'm constantly thinking about the tone of the guitar. I've been sitting here eating my Panera bread and watching, what's his name? Penguin, Zero Z's, whatever, Charlie. That's his name, right? This is his real name, Charlie. On YouTube, talk about the Travis Scott incident that happened. First of all, we know I hate that name in the first place, just because everything, but that has nothing to do with what I'm about to talk about right now. We're talking about Travis Scott. Apparently I'm a mukbanger now. That's crazy what happened, but 100% preventable. So if you haven't been keeping up, Travis Scott's concert got out of hand. I reckon it got overcrowded. People snuck in. It was Astro World, apparently. I didn't even know that they still call that Astro World because the music part's not there anymore. Anyway, I've never been to Texas. I don't know. They're saying that it became overcrowded and it was something that security couldn't even take care of. And I'm like, why? Like, we've come so far from the early days of modern theaters and stuff. Like, how did that happen? But what irks me the most, I'll get my double chin, is that he didn't seem to care. From what I'm watching, it seems that he was telling security and medics and stuff to get this dead body out of the crowd of people. And he continued singing like it meant nothing. Like, oh, he died. Big deal. That's alarming, of course. Why would it not be? I remember when I was like 7 or 8 or something, that I was playing at the Apple Festival in LJ. And I wasn't playing, I was singing, because that's, well, yodeling. That's all I was really good at back then. Me and my little mouse voice. A lady, I don't know what happened, and it appeared that she might have had a stroke or a heat stroke or something where something wasn't right. They, of course, called the medics in, got an ambulance in there to transport her. I'm singing along, and then all of a sudden, like, I see these people, these medics coming in and getting this woman and checking her out, and I'm like frozen there, like just kind of like singing the words to my songs, but I don't know what to do because I'm a stupid 7-year-old, and I kept looking around like, what do I do? They finally told me, like, oh, you can stop, and that scarred me for life. He should have stopped singing when he saw that one person that was dead, and then he ignored any attempts for any with anybody who told him to stop. This was something that was totally avoidable. He just let it keep on going. I don't know anything about Travis Scott, except isn't he like, or wasn't he, or is he married to one of the Jenners or Kardashians? Any of them? Oh, shit. I got that on my new hoodie. My hoodie says, love, grow, evolve. I'm trying to evolve. Astroworld, how do you, like, plan to function as a venue if you can't control the crowd? Like, that could have easily turned into another mass shooting, bombing, anything, but instead it just ended up being the people just being there that killed people, because it was just overcrowded, not enough oxygen. People were getting crushed. And what do you know? It's starting to get dark outside. Lovely. It's 4 o'clock. The sun started going down at like 3:30. Gotta love the time change. Time to touch up this horrendous looking face of mine. I'm gonna try to go downtown and see Greg and Dave, since I didn't last week because I was hungover. I don't know why I'm doing my makeup for y'all. Y'all already saw me have a mental breakdown and do makeup in my last cover song video. I pick at my chin way too much. It's gross. It's a habit. I have that, what is it called, trichotillomania, where I like to pluck hairs. Sometimes I get a little bit out of hand with that, and I will pluck too much. I'll rip my skin off, and I do the same with my eyebrows, and I have to be really careful because there have been times where I have plucked my eyebrow all the way to like here, and then I have to draw the rest of it. We haven't done that in a long time, but it doesn't look good when you do that. It makes your nose look bigger, and even though, I mean, I have a pretty normal size nose, I figure, it's still, it looks really weird when you have like half your eyebrow. It's just not a very pleasant thing. So we're gonna cover up where I destroyed my chin down here. I like to use this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, but it doesn't last very long. It's in a very small tube for cover up because it's literally almost white. It is the lightest color you can get. But then I found the e.l.f. Cosmetics one, but it's a little less tacky and more liquidy, so sometimes it's better to spread, whereas the other is better to spot treat if you have like a zit that is a little crusty or whatever, which is gross, I know. Oh goodness. I haven't been keeping up well with my makeup this past year. As y'all know, I was in a relationship that the guy didn't want to really dress up for anything, so I was following in his footsteps because if I tried to get ready for anything, he would get angry. So it seems like nowadays he's getting himself together and washing his hair, and him and his little lady friend are looking how cute and stuff. I need to shut up. I told y'all I was gonna quit talking about this. You think, oh, if they can't have me, I don't want them to have anybody else, because then that just means that I wasn't as good as the new person, but whatever. Whatever. I think they're probably playing downtown tonight. I think I ain't going anywhere near there, though. I'm going to the local where Al, when he was alive, took me and got me to meet some people. So, because of him, I know Greg and Dave, and they know me, and occasionally they let me get up and sing with them. Probably not tonight, though. Greg did let me sing one when Dave was down in, I think, Florida, doing something. And I spent way too much on makeup last week because I've been using cheap stuff because, well, heck, I was spending all my money on Pokemon cards and Nintendo games and stuff, and now I'm trying to save a little bit, but I splurged on the makeup because my face is getting real tired of using the cheap stuff on it. Like, it just really is. And I ran out of shampoo and had to wash my hair with freaking body wash, which has left it with this nasty coat on it that I'm really not pleased with. I keep forgetting every time I go out to stop and get some shampoo. I went longer between washes of my hair recently because it's really dry. And part of it's because I'm not using the Win, and part of it's because we did the perm. But I guarantee you when I start using the Win again, give it a little bit of time and it's probably gonna be way less frizzy. Does it look weird when you put your makeup on and you don't have your mascara on yet? Just looks strange. All right, let's figure out what I'm gonna wear. I'm not a fan of the crayon smell that I got from this Shein sweater, but I really like it. It's kind of 80s looking, the oversized sweater with these dingly dangly sparkles that I love so much. God, my hair is unmanageable right now. It is like, you see this? I don't even know if I have my straightener up here. I couldn't find it at home. I bet it's up here. I don't see it up here though. It might be in my suitcase downstairs because, as y'all know, I was too weak last week to even carry my suitcase up here. Like, I physically could not do it. This is what happens when you don't straighten your bangs. I really need them to be across my forehead to cover up that zit, but honestly, at this point, I don't really care anymore. All right, let's go. Lou-boo. Lou-boo. I'm sorry I gotta leave you alone, but that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Bye, boo. I'll be back. I promise. Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Let me stop at this stop sign in my neighborhood. I'm thinking that if I do these vlogs, that I will be able to take my mind off of things that are bothering me, and I'm hoping that I can talk through stuff in video, and then I can post it and may have content, and then y'all can hear me ramble on about the good and bad without me feeling like I have to say it all at my shows and on Facebook constantly. But yeah, no, it's gotten colder. It's colder tonight, and my right pelvic area, like my back of my hip on my right side is into my butt cheek too, is sore from where she did that PT earlier. And it's only really sore though if I lay on it the wrong way, or if I like touch it. If I touch it, you can really feel it. It's gotta hurt before it gets better. So no pain, no gain. I have to say, I'm having to relearn after COVID and after my relationship that I gotta get out and do stuff by myself again, and it's tough sometimes. It's been tough. I'm getting a little bit better about it, but just trying to force myself to go out, sometimes it's hard, especially if I don't feel that good.
Oh, I know you know what I was thinking about. So I stay under the covers, just make love till we're out of street. Yeah, and making love.
What happened here? I swear to God I didn't do it. Oh God, oh, I made it worse. I made it worse. I made it worse.
You don't have to hop a freight train to sing a lonesome tune. No, you don't have to hop a freight train to sing a lonesome tune. And you don't have to be Hank Williams to die in a Cadillac.
They fixed it with tape. Well, I'm done with the local for the moment. I stay there for a couple hours, watch Greg and Dave and Mark Dreyer. If you don't know who they are, you can look them up. They've written songs for Tanya Tucker, Montgomery Gentry, lots of like 90s and early 2000s stuff. And even Greg has a new song that was the lead single off of Trace Atkins' new record. So, and I think they're in consideration for a Grammy, so that's what he's talking about, and that's pretty cool. Anyway, they played some blues songs, which of course always brings back memories of my ex, but I think I'm getting to the point where it doesn't bother me as bad. But anyway, let's drive back to my house. They finally fixed the Waffle House sign. It said Waffle Ho for the longest time. I smell some strong weed. Damn! Arrived. I want to go in, take a nap, and then maybe I'll work on some originals or a cover song or something. We'll see. Well, the good news is the lawn's almost completely grown back where he used to park his van. The cigarettes, though, I don't know if they're ever going to disappear. Mom tells me that, you know, when Dad would do that, they never would. So, hey, Emmylou, you knew something was going on, didn't you? You didn't like him there for a little bit. And you were, like, best friends at first. And then all of a sudden, you started acting weird around him. And I should have taken that as a sign, too. You always have my back, and I always have your back pulling wads of hair out of it. Oh my Lord, my head hurts still. It's not like the worst headache I've ever had, but it feels pretty bad. I'm gonna lay here a minute and see if I can get rid of it before I start working on stuff. Oh gosh. Sometimes I wish that I could just move out of this house and move to another one. Even though I worked so hard on it, I had this whole vision of what I wanted and everything, and then Al came in here and worked on it, and then he died, and And then my ex came in here and worked on it, and then he left me for somebody else. And all I can think about is the memories. And I mean, when Dad died, we moved from that house to another house because even though it was in the horrible recession we had back in 08, 09, I mean, we had to sell it because it was just, the memories were too close and personal. I can look at every single thing in here and I can say, I remember hanging that, but I couldn't quite get it even. And so he came up and was like, oh my God, I don't want that, but I'll do it, you know? Or I look at the clock over there by my desk, and I remember Al being like, it's a little crooked, but we can fix it. And I tried to move it, but I think it's still maybe a little bit out of line. But yeah, sometimes I just wish that I could get the memories to go away. Looking at the fan, like the fan has a screw that he stole from an antique store to fix my fan. Emmylou. You the sweetest kitty. You the sweetest kitty in the whole wide world. I love you. Mommy loves her baby. What you sniffing for? You smell the crown smell on my sweater too, don't you? Yeah, you're reading that right. I was the captain of the cheerleading squad, 8th grade year. And, you know how it's all like rainbows and butterflies and the cheerleaders are popular and everything and they're so cool? No. And being captain of that team was like, it was like I was, not that I'm comparing myself to Jesus, but it's like I was Jesus before they crucified him. Like they just were so angry at him for, you know, bringing this type of religion in and stuff. But anyway, they oh my God, all that teenage energy, they treated me like garbage. I had one girl take me out in the hallway and go, I should have had this job, bitch. Now, if you can't take care of it, I'll take care of it myself. You're a bitch. And I was like, I'm a bitch, but you're saying I'm not hard enough on people. It just got to a point where they knew they could step all over me, so they did. But anyway, I couldn't find a bag to put all my recording equipment in, so here it is in my cheerleading bag. There's a fun little story about how miserable being a cheerleader actually is. What a horrible background. This room is not clean. One day I'm hoping I'll have the energy and the opposite of depression to want to clean it. So I'm setting up my recording equipment. This is the first time I've done this here. Last time I brought my stuff up here, I did not use it. So I'm gonna set it up, and at least until Christmas time, I'm gonna have it here, at least. The dust is horrible over here. It's messing with my allergies and my situational asthma, which is just absolutely lovely. Y'all know my tube mic. This red one that y'all see in a bunch of videos. Well, I can't even, oh my God, that one. That's the one. I love it to death. Y'all know what I don't know how to do? I don't know how to get the drivers downloaded. It's been so long since I've had to do that, because I've just always had this preamp installed on my computer. Let me tell you, this preamp is an Audient ID14. I'll have to look it up online. And I had 2 of them go out within like a year or two. And Mom knows how to finagle and get me replacements for stuff. I am not like that. People just walk right over me and they're like, no, you're gonna buy a new one. I'm just gonna type in Audient ID 14 driver's download. All right, I found the drivers. Swear to God, I've used Macs for about 10 years now. I just hate how they're making them so shitty. Emmy, get your claws out of my canvas chair. Yeah, look at what she did to these. But I bought some velvet ones. I'm just too lazy to put them up. Oh my God, this dust. Oh my goodness. Wait, is it installed now? Can I just like open GarageBand and it works? No. Dang it. Why is everything so complicated? You can't just plug and you're ready to go. What the absolute shit? Look at this. Okay, it comes up with this. And then it's like acting like a virus. What is... I can't even click on anything. What... My anxiety is about to just freak out. Can I sign in? Can I sign in? Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. Wait, oh no. Yes, no, what? Why? Okay, here's an article. I'm having problems getting my ID 14 set up, and this was literally just October the 21st. No, October the 15th of this year. On a Mac, click the ID app in the dock. Yeah. If this doesn't bring up the mixer window, then go up to the system tray in the top right corner of your screen. But when I open it, it like freaks out. Emmy got on my printer and now I don't know what my printer's doing, but it's trying to copy something. Stop. Oh, phew, thank God. On a Mac, I don't understand why. Let me go up here and it won't even let me click on it. Oh, here we go. Show the mixer. Why is it not cooperating is the thing. I might have to just restart my computer.
A few moments later.
Okay, I've restarted the computer. This is still not working. It's going in and out. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna install a legacy one because this is not working.
3:28 a.m.
I tried the March 3rd, 2021 one and it's just crashing too every time I open it.
12 seconds later.
Yes, open it, please. Please, please work, please work, please. Can't even get it to work.
2 hours later.
Okay, I found another help article. If you're using the latest version or the drivers, it is possible to hide the mixer software so it isn't taking up the screen space during a busy session. Bringing the mixer window back again is a nice, easy process. Yeah, but I clicked on show mixer. Built-in microphone. No, see, it's not even showing up. It's not even showing up. Okay, so now it's saying if that doesn't work that I have a hardware problem.
20 minutes later.
The moment you click on the ID up in the toolbar, like the actual like logo for it, it just shuts down immediately.
1 hour later.
And it won't work with my MacBook Pro 2015. Why do I even still have the headphones on? They're not doing anything. This close to giving up. Gonna go away for another second, try to figure something out.
Eventually.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Okay, I have a screen, but it keeps blinking on and off. What the absolute hell? I'm not touching a thing. What is going on?
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
So let's say that USB port is either messed up or something.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new...
Believe it or not, I was trying to pull my laptop away and this thing fell off the top of my desk and hit the bottom of my desk. And now it's working. all that time and I just probably need new cables for it. It's always the most like simple thing. You just need somebody to play with you, don't you? I hate it that she gets kind of lonely, I guess, up here when it's just me and I'm going out a lot. And yeah, that wine looks like it's a doorstop. It's not. That was just last week when I was sitting in the floor drinking wine and filming me playing the guitar. I love my baby, but I think she, honestly, she has more fun probably when she's back in Georgia and she has Molly to play with. Okay, now what's confusing me is in the older setup, there was a headphone knob where you could mix the headphone, but this just has one headphone button over here. Why can't I hear anything in the headphones? Obviously, we're picking up stuff now. There's no headphone knob here. What if I did? No, that's... Hello? I don't understand.
This is also possible by selecting the output on the unit and pressing the encoder.
So I guess it's just
The polarity button will flip one side of the stereo.
After all that time of trying to figure that out, it had a little button where you could change it back to the old style. So, here we are. There's a cover I want to do. I'm obviously not going to film it tonight because I look like hell and I sound like hell. It's a deep track off of a Pistol Annie's record. But I have my telly. And I'm having to relearn my way around this Telecaster. But anyway, what you're hearing right now is just me just plucking these strings, and what I'm hearing in here is an amp simulator. And it sounds pretty damn good. Obviously, doesn't replace a real amp if you're doing an actual album. But if you're just cutting demos or practicing the guitar, it works pretty damn good. This way I can practice my electric with cool tones without even having to have an amp to annoy my neighbor. So the song's called Blues, You're a Buzzkill. Blues, you're a buzzkill. You sneak up on my pain pills. Jack Daniels can't swallow you whole. I just want to see the chorus here, see if this is got it in a... Well, technically I'm a half step down, I think, on this guitar. But in standard, I'd be playing like F and A sharp, B flat, whatever you want to call it. Let's see here. The way that you hurt, the way that you sting, the way that you bring me down to my knees. Cool, I think that key works. My voice is still rough. Thyroid, allergies. Trying to get a little drum track going in here. Okay, I fixed it. I had to put it in 6/8. 3/4 and 6/8 are so similar, and honestly, like, classical music just kind of went over my head a little bit. I always get confused between 6/8 and 3/4. They're basically the same, but one's a little bit faster than the other, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, one's more like double time. It's kind of in the way of what is being played in the measures, but I'm still get confused on it. So once I change this to 6/8, it sounds right. So I don't know why I'm giving y'all a lesson in music theory when I barely understand it myself. She's a little low in the key of E. Let me try a different key. How about that? To what would be a G, but it's actually an A sharp. Okay. The way that you hurt, the way that you sting, the way that you bring me down to my knees. Okay, cool. I think I figured out the angle I want to film this at. Man, I remember when I couldn't even bar that. And the fact that my last ex said that bar chords are sexy. Well, I can play a couple, one shape. I cheat on stuff. So like normally you do like a, you do a B shape like that. But it literally, I cannot get used to it. I'm hoping one day that I will, because I know that can be so many different chords, and that way you get to strum every single string and get the full sound. But the way I've been playing it, because it's difficult for me, especially on acoustic right now. I play the cheater version where you just play the bottom 4 strings. And the issue with that is you're not getting that full sound, you know? See, once I get my hand like that, sometimes it's easier for me to put my index finger up there all the way and bar it. But you're not getting the full effect from it, and you can only play these strings, because if you play the top 2 strings, it doesn't sound right because it's 2 notes that are out of that particular chord. But man, it does sound good when you can bar it. That's something I'm gonna start working on. And I think if I worked on it on the electric first and got used to it, then I could transfer it over to the acoustic. It's just getting my hand to want to not, like that middle finger wants to go down into that B minor position. I need to go eat my blueberry scone because my stomach is growling. I need to shut all this down. I need to go to bed, and then I can wake up tomorrow and work on some stuff. Maybe I'll write too. Maybe I'll make this video and then I'll write something. I do not have a guitar stand up here, and I'm afraid Emilu's gonna get to this. I'm going to try no, not to break this one in half, considering what I did to the other one, right? Never mind. I'll probably just have to put it back in the case, aren't I? Figure something out. Blues, you're a buzzkill. You sneak up on my pain pills, Jack Daniels. Can't swallow you whole. Hey, balloons, you're a tough ass.